What's up, beautiful bitches? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to what will hopefully be the first of a series on my channel about blindness, visual impairment, eye conditions, etc. I'm really excited to kick this off with kind of a fun frequently asked questions kind of thing. And soon, if y'all like videos like this, I would love to have other blind and visually impaired people on my channel to discuss how they see things, because these videos for now will only be from my perspective. I do not wish to speak for all visually impaired and blind people because I just can't. I can only see things through my perspective, and I've only ever been able to see things the way I always have. So this is just going to be coming from my perspective. If things are different for you, if you are a blind and visually impaired person as well, then wonderful. And your perspective is yours, and it's beautiful, and rock on. So these are some questions that I think most blind, visually impaired people can agree we've been asked, and then some are just ones that are off the top of my head that I remember being frequently asked. But you really never know if other people are being asked the same things until you converse about it, which I actually did about a week or so ago. I went to a support group for the blind and visually impaired, and it was very fun, very cool. Support groups, associations like the American Foundation for the Blind, AFB, thank you, brain. The Bureau of Services for Blind Persons, these associations have helped me and others like me so much, it's unbelievable. Helped us to believe we're not alone, helped us with devices and all the rest of it to live a productive, normal life. But I'm gonna stop with the shilling of those two associations and start in with the frequently asked questions. Now, before we really jump into that, the first one and second one kind of go in together. What's my condition and was I born with it? I was born with septo-optic dysplasia, which is an underdevelopment, or hypoplasia, which is underdevelopment due to lack of cells of the pituitary gland, optic nerve, or pituitary gland and optic nerve, along with nystagmus, which if you guys can see, I can't exactly look directly at the camera. I do try my best, but with my nystagmus, which is what I normally call dancing eyes because it's easier for people to understand than nystagmus because they're like, what's that? But anyway, I'm telling you right now. I'll quit rambling soon, I promise. But if you guys can see, my eyes are kind of dancing, so it inhibits my ability to focus on anything really. So there's that. What's another one? I have a little list here, and then some are just off the top of my head. Is everything blurry? No, everything is not blurry. However, some things do get less sharp the farther away they get. Like, for example, if I saw someone's selfie on social media, like if it was on Facebook, I'd be able to click in and zoom in and be, oh, they have green eyes. Oh, that's what their face looks like. Okay, cool. But if someone is physically in front of me, they would have to be up here for me to see anything very clearly, except for my mom, because her blue eyes are like, hello. But yeah, if you have a more, I don't want to say muted, because it's probably only muted to me, but more brown or green eyes, then that detail, the further away you get, unless you're like right here, in which case, please don't do that unless I ask you to. But the detail of that goes away, and the further away someone gets, the less sharp, like how their nose looks, mouth, whatever have you, gets. And if they get farther enough away, it pretty much just looks like their face is covered by skin. Like it doesn't, I can't see the detail of a nose. It, you know, oddly enough, that sounds really creepy and weird, but it's how I see. I don't know how else to explain it. And can I see color is another good one. Yes, I can. I've always been able to see color, and I don't believe, according to my doctors, that that will go away. It might be more muted and pastel-y the older I get, kind of thing. But I can see color, and sometimes things look like other colors. Like yesterday, my mom and I went on a walk, and I asked if there was yellow in the trees, but it was just how the sun made the trees look. But they were green. And sometimes I mistake one color for another, like yellow and green, like I just said, or blue and purple, red and orange. Sometimes they kind of, the lines of whether or not this is clearly purple or blue get blurred, but I can tell that it is one or the other. So So there's that. What is next? My condition, I already talked about that. Guide dogs. Will I ever need a guide dog? I'm sorry about the paper in front of my face, guys. It's just how close I have to be to read. Will I ever need a guide dog? I, at this point, will not. I've already discussed that with my counselors, some instructors of mine. The main purpose of a guide dog is to make sure that you get stopped properly if there's a car heading towards you, which I, for the most part, have not had any trouble with. And mainly to also make sure that you stay within the white lines of the crosswalk, which unless they are very faded, I don't have a problem with either, because normally they're bright white enough and thick enough for me to note that those are there. So I don't have the danger of swerving into the road. So, no, not at this time. I might need one as I get older and my sight worsens, but yeah. Another question I get asked a lot is it degenerative or will it get worse as I age? It's not gonna get worse by like next year, but I just think that as normal people with 20/20 vision do, their vision starts to lessen over time a little bit, and I don't know, I think mine might start a little bit earlier than that of a normal person with 20/20 vision, but at this point I've seen like this for a really long time, and neither do my doctors foresee it changing anytime soon. Another one I get asked is, don't you need glasses? And at this time, no. I am going to be looking into other doctors to get a second opinion. But the doctor I've had since I was a child, it's for the past few years been, we're not even going to try glasses with you because they don't ever really seem to help, which they really don't. I've just been like, okay, they're telling me I need glasses, so best find a frame I like, whatever. But they've never really helped. They might have helped when I was a kid, but not in the past 5 or so years. More so than that. I think I stopped wearing glasses around my freshman or sophomore year, yes. So it's been a good few years since glasses have kind of stopped working for me. But I do wear sunglasses and light sensitivity glasses for when I'm under fluorescent lighting and for when it's really bright outside, because I have major light sensitivity. Well, okay, let's see what else we got going on. Do I read Braille? Yes, I have read Braille in the past and can still read basic Braille, but learning the contractions have been very hard for me, and I've always just kind of liked to read large print or put regular print under a CCTV. I've just found it to be easier. So I can read Braille, yes, and I can read enough of it to read like the women's, men's, like the general signs that are supposed to be out in public, which is a great help. But to read books and other things, it's either audio, large print, or putting regular print under my CCTV. And the last one for today is, if you could change it, if there was a pill you could take tomorrow, if you could drink a magic potion and it could make you see 20/20 like everybody else, would you take it? A few years ago, I would have said yes. Give me that thing right now. I'll give it like yesterday. Let's go. Because I was really bullied a lot in school for it. And I don't consider people asking questions bullied, but you know, just the people waving their hand in front of my face, that kind of thing, or people taking away, like if I was in school, people ripping the paper away from my desk or my pens, things like that, and making me look for them was quite torturous. So, because they thought it was funny, there was a lot of jerky things that happened in middle school and high school, and yeah, I was also filmed without my permission at a point, so that was fun as well. I don't know if that was necessarily because I was blind or if they just thought I was a freak. I don't even know what the hell was in that person's mind. But yeah, so no, at this point in time, I would not take it. I have accepted it. If someone wants to bully me, let them at this point. I don't care. I am myself, and if they are going to bully me because of something I can't change, that honestly says more about them than it does about me. So, y'all just do your thing. I'm gonna do mine. And yeah, that's how it is. I've actually grown to love my lack of vision. It doesn't make me because I'm not just a blind person, but it's a little more me, makes me a little more unique, you know, as if I'm not a weirdo already, but I love it, and I've never seen it any other way, and I think I would be actually scared to see like a normal person, because just all the detail that would instantly kind of be coming my way, I think would be a bit frazzling and scary. But, you know, I don't know. And a lot of people ask, like, if 10 years down the line there was an implant or a chip or some kind of something, that digital glasses that you could put on or in or whatever, would you do it? No. If there was anything that could change my vision, I don't think I'd do it at this point. That's just where I am right now. I've grown to love and accept it, and I know that might be hard. I know it's hard to do, because I had to go through a lot before I was like, you know what? I'm fine. This is good. This is cool. And I know it might be different for some people who are actively losing their vision with a degenerative condition, who are going to be completely blind in the future, or who suddenly have lost their vision. I know I haven't been through it, but I have had a lot of people in my life who have. I know it's scary. I know it's frazzling. It honestly was, when I fully realized that I didn't see like everybody else, that was a bit scary. So I know it can be hard, but if anybody ever needs anybody to talk to, if you're blind or visually impaired and just want someone to talk to, want some support, feel free to plop your Twitter or something in the comments down below, or follow me at TheHalesK. I'll probably put it in the description or put a link. But feel free to direct message me on Twitter or just plop a comment down below, and I will help as much as I possibly can, and maybe send some resources your way for that as well, as I am not trained, but I do have love for everybody. But thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more like this, I rarely ever ask you to hit the thumbs up button, but please do if you enjoyed this. If you have some more questions or some more topics about blindness and visual impairment that you would like me to talk about in the future, leave that in the comments down below as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you didn't like this video, well, then I just wasted 10 minutes or more of your life, so I win. Anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video, whenever that is. Mwah.